Hi, this is my film review for Dunkirk, and if you've just seen my Sausage Party review, yes, I am wearing the same clothes. I've literally just recorded that one. So, Dunkirk. It's a good film. It's enjoyable. I liked it. It's well made. There's not a lot of dialogue in it. A lot of it is just basically seeing people trying to escape off the beach. For anyone who's unfamiliar with history, basically Dunkirk was a monumental military failure on the Allied part. It was right at the beginning of the Second World War. They sent a load of troops into France. The Nazi Germany's pushed them all out, and they're trying to evacuate off the beach. Their ships and destroyers and everything, they all get blown up and destroyed. So basically, they have to get all the civilian boats in to try and rescue everybody. That's basic history, and the film looks at this history, and it is really well done. It's cleverly done. It focuses mainly on three people. When it started, I was a little bit worried. I thought, I hope it does. It's not one of these stupid films that just like focus on one person's adventures to escape, while kind of not really focusing on the main events, because a lot of films do that. And I was really hoping it wouldn't, because it starts off focusing on one person in particular, and I thinking, oh no, please don't just follow this one person's story, because I hate it when films do that when it's such a big epic scale film. You can't do that, and yeah, a lot of films do, and they didn't. And I was pleased. I was pleasantly surprised. It focuses, so it does focus on this one guy, obviously, but it also focuses on some Spitfire pilots. It focuses on a pleasure boat captain trying to rescue people. So it's those three that it mainly focuses on, but it's also got some generals as well. It focuses on them. So the story moves around continuously and doesn't focus on one event. It's basically focusing on the event of the evacuation rather than an individual, but it does look at the several individuals as they try to escape the beaches and get back to England. I do have one criticism of the film, and it jumps backwards and forwards in time looks. What it does is it looks at the point of view of, say, the pilots in the Spitfires, and then it focuses on the point of view of maybe the boats. Then it focuses on the point of view of the people on the beaches, and it moves around, which is fine. But it goes backwards and forwards in time, and I don't know whether I'm just being stupid or whatever. But near the beginning, I was thinking, is this a continuity error? Or is it because it's night time, then it's daytime, then it's night time, then it's daytime? And I was thinking, is this a continuity error? Have they messed up on the editing? Has anyone else seen this? But then it became apparent that it was deliberate because they wanted to focus on different people. But I felt they could have achieved the same thing by having everything in a linear time order rather than jumping forwards and backwards in time. It's not an excessive amount. It's like only course of like 1 or 2 days. But I felt they could have achieve the same effect without having to jump forwards and backwards in time to look at different people's points of view of the same event, because they do look at this exactly the same event sometimes from different people's perspectives, um, and I just felt they could have done that without jumping around so much. But that's my only criticism. Everything else about it is really good. I mean, it's superb acting, superb storytelling, really good. But as I said at the beginning, there's not a lot of speech in it. There's very, very little speech. Very few lines for the actors to learn. But yeah, it still carries it. At no point, there isn't really any low points. Even though you have long periods of time without anybody talking at all, it still manages to grip you. It still holds you the whole way through. You don't want to look away because you might miss something, especially with it jumping around a lot. It's not too bad. I may have overemphasized how much it does that, but it is there. But so yeah, it's a really good film. Trying to think, I went with Steve. He said he didn't mind the jumping backwards and forwards. He didn't mind that. So that was just my personal thing. He said it didn't bother him. So, but it did bother me a little bit. So yeah, that's my thoughts on Dunkirk. Very good film. Very well made. They obviously spent a bit of money on it to get everything looking nice. And yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed it. It's not like one of those films that has like a super duper epic happy ending, because if you know the story of Dunkirk, basically they're in a really, really bad situation and they're just desperately trying to get home. So the ending of the film is basically talking, you've got the Winston Churchill speech about where they're going to fight on the land and the beaches and all that, and because they're reading it in the papers, but anyone that knows anything about history knows that you've got the whole rest of the war to go. So it's not like, everyone has a super duper happy ending. It isn't that kind of film. It's basically they're in a really bad place. They get home to a better place, but they've still got the rest of the war to go. They're still going, you know that they're going to be deployed back into action. So it's not, an all smiles and hug everyone happy ending. It just isn't that. A few people actually end up in not a brilliant situation, but that's the way the war went. People didn't end up in brilliant situations. They tried to make it quite accurate and truthful, and that's the truth of it. So yeah, really enjoy it. Go and watch it. Definitely go watch it. Excellent film. If you like this review, check out my other film reviews. As I mentioned at the very beginning of this video, I did a Sausage Party film review as well. Very different film. I've got lots of other film reviews on my channel. I've also got lots of things which have got absolutely nothing to do with films whatsoever. So if you do decide to subscribe, just to let you know now, I do other things as well which have got nothing to do with this. So if you see something completely weird and think, what the hell is that? Don't worry. Other film reviews will be coming along, so check them out, and I will see you later. Bye.